Smoke out to Coffins and CT. Hobbit decided to play away from the new box off to the pillar instead. And Hobbit is able to peek out for one on Sip. It's starting to get a little worrying here for Astralis. They haven't made their way forward to the site, and as soon as they attempt to do so, Shiro unleashes with the dual Berettas. It is Glaive left trying to pull back what he can. Maybe he can slip away with the bomb plant, but actually getting this round over the line would be incredible for the in-game leader. He switches out to the dualies. We know Glaive loves to play with these in the pistols lately. Can he get any impact? The time that he's taken has actually allowed Axel to come back up through Banana, so you've got another threat you've got to deal with that. And the problem is when you have no utility to assist you in a safe plant, you will likely just get taken out upon the immediate plant sound, and Axel swings to close it. Cloud9 with the first round. They're just taking their time here, Astralis. They have got some of that top mid control to play with. But now they start to go back up Banana. They clear up a lot of these close positions, realizing Cloud9 have fallen back, but with the utility still saved on the B side, with that molly going out, that's going to funnel them back into the A setup. And there's so many players here. Nafny from the double. And it's going to be Config and Farley down without any impact, and now really it's a last-ditch effort to try and get to the site. You've still got to get through Axel, and somehow they do it. blamef hits an important headshot, and Nafny now looking to try and close it out on the site. He will deny the bomb plant, and there's limited time left here for blamef. He can no longer win this round, and Nafny with a 4K. Well, the top mid flash is popped through. Shiro will be blinded by it, and so will the long player of Nafny. Shiro gets overrun, and there's a gap now for Astralis to try and filter through. Hobbit's going to go through, but he hasn't heard. He hasn't heard somehow onto Config. No reaction from Hobbit. Luckily, his teammate of Axel doing as much as he can, but he was about to be pushed in from Library 2, and blamef comes out of balcony. Axel is doing his best, but goes into the open and exposes himself to the Deagle. It is on to Inters in the 1 versus 2. He has no kid on his back. He has to try and get back into this site. blamef and Config tighten up within the bomb site itself, knowing this is a massive opportunity for Astralis. They can't afford to throw this one away. Inter starts to creep a little bit closer, but doesn't really ever feel like he's going to go for this one. Maybe grab the AK on the way out, try and catch them as they fade away. Obviously, with the new changes to Inferno, you can't exactly save within the site too easily, so getting this AWP into the next round for Config is going to be impossible. Inters realizes that, and then we'll get rid of it.
A boost over the top of this smoke. Hobbit might not be ready for this. Nice way to work the opener there for blamef. They don't have the bomb right now on the Astralis side, so even though they're getting this banana control and they've got the entry, they're going to keep it slow. But it's another clean man advantage.
They've sensed an opportunity to try and crack open this B site. They're calling for everybody to come back and try and attack into this B bomb site. Bomb collected by Zipex. They're now charging through. Config is at the front of the charge alongside Glaive to try and figure out where Inters is, but Inters has done very well at just staying alive. You mention this all the time, Hawker. That's one of his specialities, is just staying alive and buying time for his teammates to get in some better positions. Even though he does that, it's not good enough here for Cloud9. They will not be able to hold the B bomb site. They're going to have to run away and save this one.
And this is where Cloud9 are going to struggle to have the information. They don't know where Astralis are going right now because they're pressuring both sides of the map, and that means Shiro's done for.
All right, Config shreds through the AWPer on the Cloud9 side of things. An important showing so far for Config. blamef hitting the numbers too, but the commitment into the site is found here for Astralis. Nafny was the last remaining player that could have done something about this, and Config turns up to the balcony. Nafny extends out of it and goes down. 2 players here for Cloud9 left in the save yet again.
You can actually see Astralis themselves don't have many nades left at this point. 27 seconds remaining. The counter incendiary from Hobbit could be really difficult to bypass.
The bomb isn't committing into B. The bomb's coming back over towards this A side.
But now they have no nades.
It depends if Shiro stays here, though.
Wow.
Shiro's rotated away, but now they've spotted up the short offensive, so that's pulling Shiro back, but he's not going to be there in time. It's more pressure on the rifles. Nafny up in the balcony. It's a good kill from him. Axel assists from the pit, and Shiro gets there in time to get 1 kill back. It's down to 2, but the time is limited, and the Astralis have none left. They will have to call this off.
And in this round, Cloud9 have done a good job at holding their utility, and now Axel getting into apartments while the top mid is taken by Astralis.
He's going to see the bomb. He's going to see the bomb on the back of blamef. He is going to get the pick. Now the bomb is down, and that's panic stations for Astralis. They have to come back and try and pick it up. And in the meantime, Axel's got another kill. Finally, they hunt Axel down, but the damage is already done. It is already felt on the server. Astralis down to just 2 players with 30 seconds left. Glaive and Zipex have to try and work their way onto the A bomb site. Hobbit is rotated over. There's another player here for Cloud9. If they try and come through long, they'll have to bypass the library, and Hobbit is waiting for them. He has just looked away at the wrong time, but he's coming back now. And this is going to be real tough. Nafany spots out the long play. Hobbit's position should be strong enough to close it, and it will be 5 rounds for Cloud9. A lovely push a little bit later in the round out from Axel, and this foils the plans of Astralis. It is just going to be interesting to see what sort of adjustment Astralis come up with going into the next gun round. Ooh. Nice shot for blamef. Shiro overextends, and the shot comes through with the rifle now picked up. Final 30 seconds left. It's a sprint through CT, but you're going to have to commit into the A site with a limited time here, and you're still going to have to deal with Axel inside of the pit. It's a second kill for Axel in the round, and finally gets taken down by the rifle of blamef. Inters didn't get here in time to stop the bomb from actually darting towards the bomb site, and Zipex's deagle range takes out Inters. Suddenly, this round on pistols is turned into the favor of Astralis. They're inside of the A side, and Hobbit has to make the retake work. blamef with a tight angle. Shots will start to land for Hobbit, softening up blamef, but he still hasn't taken him down, and he's fighting between 2 positions, and blamef will best him to give Astralis a 7th round.
Bomb will go down. There is a kit in play on Inters, so Cloud9 can afford to take a little more time. Seeing if he can maybe make an advanced move on Banana. Now comes back to CT. He wants this early frag, and he's found it. Great shot onto Shiro.
Yeah, it's a kill for Shiro. Picked up, no problem. blamef though, 4 kills found. Straight away, the rifle will break through them. And Cloud9 are feeling the wrath of blamef in these back-to-back rounds of 4K. And blamef will back away. Cloud9 were leaping into the retake attempt. They were leaping into the site, but now the recovery from Zipex and blamef once again.
Shiro is AWPing on B again. He's been blinded, but he goes back into the AWP of Farlig. And this time it's Farlig with some early impact.
Inters goes forward. It's 1 in top mid. Hobbit trades him out, and blamef is down. It's 3v3 established quite early on here. Astralis looking to push forward to 10. And that will come through from Zipex towards Coffins. Config leaps into the site because he realizes Hobbit's just moved forward. A nice 1 bullet to the brain. Hobbit down. Smoke at CT non-existent, but it doesn't matter because Farley's got the pick. And it's just Nafany, as I mentioned, was so far away. He's finally arriving over towards the B side, but to really have a say in doing much and closing out this round, it'll be an absolute miracle. Last round of the half, he must attempt it, but his attempts will likely be futile. Config looking to hunt him down, looking to close the half, and he will. 10 rounds for Astralis, a solid showing on the T side of Inferno.
Slow push down mid from Astralis too. They want the option for the flank. Hobbit checks it, clears it, and Zipex lands an early shot.
Glaive gets involved too. Nafany Hobbit down. Config at the back of the site finally gets the kill he's been looking for. It's short-lived though. Celebrations won't be had as Shiro puts him in the ground. Astralis have 3 players gathered inside of Banana. Zipex towards Ruins. Got to see something massive here from Cloud9. They want to fight Ruins. They do not feel good about putting the bomb down the side because they realize Banana is still a threat. And Shiro has got an incredible kill onto Glaive, a tap to the head. Drawing the numbers, still yes to the advantage of Astralis, but just 1 extra player on the CT side. Bomb will go down for Cloud9. Now there's a shot to try and close it, but with Shiro going down, all the pressure's on Axel, and he's unable to get it done. Farley and Zipex come in with the final kills. Astralis take the pistol in the second half.
This could be great for Cloud9. If they just swarm this site with some of the Tech 9s, that could work for them. But instead they're going to work up long, and maybe that gives Config some opportunity to help out.
Config crosses and nearly goes down. Very lucky to be alive. But it does put more pressure on the players within the site here for Astralis. Glaive with the MP9 does well on the first. Farley helps him out. And the kills are going Astralis' way. 10 seconds left here for Cloud9. They need to get the kills in the site. blamef holding. Farley still alive inside of the site. And there's just not enough time. Hobbit will try to get the plant, and he will. Just about gets onto it. All of his teammates are going down. There wasn't enough time to mess around, and Hobbit makes sure that he gets the job done. But now it's looking to secure the round win. That is his goal, to take down blamef and Zipex and lock this one in for Cloud9. The force buy is so important. He has got the molly for the post plant. The stick not being had, but he doesn't know that. He now gets info upon the peak. Just drawing the timeout, causing problems, and again, molly in hand, but actually getting it out onto the site is going to be so difficult. Zipex just holds it off. blamef with the defuse being stuck on 10 seconds. Will pull it through here for Astralis. 12 rounds as they survive the force buy scare.
Hobbit's just looking for fights. I think that might be the best way to try and get it back into the round. Try and find a quick headshot.
Problem is, if he commits too far to deal with blamef towards the back of the side, he would be exposed to Zipex. They smoke out CT. Zipex not spotting Hobbit out. blamef deploys a back site smoke to create a wider corridor to play from, but Hobbit isolates the fight awareness up to the CT boost. It's a kill on Zipex. Farley trading out on towards Inters, but Hobbit has brought down both B defenders. Glaive goes flying through the CT smoke with the MP9. He luckily stays alive here for Astralis. Config will join him. Hobbit is playing a risky game right now, but risks sometimes get rewards. And Hobbit has gone forward and called out Config. Starting to look good. Finally, Hobbit put down. So it is Shiro, often a king in the clutches, looking to claim the lives of Glaive and Farley, but Glaive runs him down. Denies safe passage away from the plant. Oh, Axel. Oh, it's a lovely shot. Farley is taken down towards Zipex, swings into the open, and 2 kills given to Cloud9 right away. That's the B side open, and a save call likely here for Astralis. When you don't have a rotation anywhere near that B bomb site, and the 2 defenders go down that quickly, got to stomach the save and allow Cloud9 up to another round. So 6 picked up. First step to a very long road back into this one for Cloud9. Keep it clean, and so that means they can build the economy too.
These are the sorts of rounds you need to have any chance of this comeback. Just very quick entry kills, and it feels like the round falls apart way too soon. Zipex's counter utility could also be nice, though again slowed down, but Cloud9 look like they want to commit anyway.
They're moving their way forward, still being held back for the time being, but they look to climb over the top of Zipex. In the first orange as Axel will go. Hobbit and Axel with the first couple of kills. Zipex put in the ground after 1. And that's strong enough. That is going to be strong enough for the round for Cloud9. Inters is on the other side of the map, cutting off rotations, cutting off the reinforcements, and even he is successful in getting that kill. So Farley left.
This could be a power position. He's waiting for the rotate, seeing if he can get a pick off the back of that instead.
And Shiro's been boosted up to look over the short smokes. Nafany blinded upon the peak. It feels dangerous to go back in again, but he should attempt it. Shiro blinded, forced away, and taken down. Config unleashed. Another kill from Glaive, but quickly, Cloud9 find 3 kills. Nafany finally activated, and another kill from his rifle will be picked up. Farley, the last remaining player, and as you pointed out at the beginning of this round, he finally got the AWP in his hands. Well, they haven't come anywhere near him. They've avoided him entirely, and he isn't going to be able to get back into this round.
Certainly not committing yet.
Yeah, they're just saying Shiro up. Give it a little bit of a test, see what's happening within the site.
Now the bomb will join them though.
Yeah. You don't want to let a round like this slip. Cloud9 have been fantastic in the gun rounds. To go down to the pistols would be a nightmare. Smoke is in towards CT. It's real tough to get past this first choke point, but once you do, once you try and break through, you sometimes just snowball from that point forward, but the B site not being penetrated. Final 30 seconds. They've had to cancel and run that bomb back. Nafany catches out Zipex on the leap up, and now they're trying to challenge down the A site, but there's only 25 seconds to do it. Glaive has got into the bomb site. If he can crack some open with a Deeg, if he can delay this, this might become a nightmare for Cloud9. The Deeg is there, the 5-7 comes swinging in, but they're both taken out, and with those kills, Cloud9 have recovered the round, and will keep 4 players up for the time being. 11 rounds added to the tally for the T side. This could work. How ready is Axel for this? Not ready at all. And Config will eventually get his kill. A second picked up, but it's from the Molotov. Zipex burns away Axel. And right away, Astralis have a 2-man advantage. Make it 3 with Glaive holding off the A side. Farley misses the shot. The kill comes through for Hobbit. It's not out of hand just yet, but Glaive is definitely under a lot of pressure. If he goes down, this A site will fall. And now there's a big opportunity to turn this one around again for Cloud9. Smoke goes out, and again the issue of long. Zipex smoked off, throws his own one to try and assist Glaive. He realizes he cannot leave him out to dry. Glaive is under pressure. Flash comes in, it's actually Config, but Zipex moves forward. A fantastic play to recover 15 rounds for Astralis.
Jiggle Peak could be a little scary, but smoke out. Looks like Cloud9 might want to see if they can go quick.
Well, Glaive is having a field day. Started the round with a first kill, doubles up onto Nafany and Hobbit. And that should be enough now for Astralis to close this one out. A 5 versus 2. 45 seconds left. Config has the apartments. He's looking to cut off that mid-rotation if they were to come back. But Cloud9 stay committed towards B. The fourth player will start to join the Astralis setup over here. Smoking towards CT, but Zipex and Glaive have doubled up within the site. Wherever you go here, Cloud9, it is not going to be easy to recover this one. blamef goes forward, the double kill to close it, and Astralis will take map number 1. They will find Inferno, and now they're 1 map away from the Lanxess Arena here in Cologne. Good for the first pick. Axel is down. There's significant forces here for Astralis to try and defend this B side, and the rotations are coming over to try and bolster it further. blamef holding strong, gets a double with the last bullet, connects on towards Inters. Shiro is out in the site, but his teammates coming out of the apartments now. Nafany finally arrives, but there's so much that needs to be done here for Cloud9. They'd love to get rid of blamef, but it's not going to be that easy. He has the support network of Farley and Glaive still standing strong, and Nafany is pinned behind the van. They chase him down, they take him out, and Astralis will have the first round of Mirage.
There are a couple of CTs hanging around, including that AWP of Farley. blamef, who will take the first fight. The top connector smoke favors him. Farley just holding top mid. No utility against the AWP. Maybe they weren't ready for the snipers so soon.
Oh, Shiro getting one. blamef able to come through and trade right back onto Axel, keeping Astralis. Config could get in behind Inters quickly enough, but it's Zipex that is most likely going to have to fight him here. Inters doesn't check him. Easy positioning there for Zipex. And it's now Shiro with 40 seconds. He's very far away from the bomb, and he's now caught in the fight from top mid. Config's flank will get him the kill.
And Farley will continue to just make sure that the B split can't be coming through without them being spotted, and he's even got an early frag.
Lovely shot there from Farley. Now it is going to be pressure on the B side. They're trying to get back here in time. Config goes down to the bench without a single kill, so that is a bit of a weakness here in the defense of Astralis. But luckily blamef has got here in time. Farley's AWP also looking towards this way. Remember, the flank from Glaive is still coming through. blamef just needs to delay, and he's doing everything and more. blamef gets a double. Inters and Axel both go down, and it's just Shiro left. A nice shot on blamef, but 10 seconds, a lot more needed here for Shiro. And finally, that patient flank from Glaive will result in a kill, and 5 rounds for Astralis. Farley sends the AWP over, but this is what Cloud9 can do sometimes. Finally, a bit of magic coming in from the individuals. Tech9 to the first kill, Deagle to the second, and a rifle into the hands of Axel. Cloud9 need to convert on this opportunity. They're trying to get into the A site. Config's got the AWP over here. He goes for the wallbang to try and deny the plant. It's not too far off, but the shots will not penetrate through on towards Shiro. And finally, that one will, but it's not enough damage again to bring him down.
I think he'll get given the opportunity for a pick, though. Yet again, this connector smoke that blamef can peek above. They cannot deal with blamef in this position right now.
No, he's having an absolute monstrous performance right now. It's just frustrating here for Cloud9 to deal with all this Astralis utility. It's coming in at the right times. It's disrupting Cloud9 entirely, and they're just getting picked apart. Finally, some damage onto blamef, but it's not enough to bring down the Juggernaut. He's going to soak up that damage and maintain his position. 19 seconds left. Cloud9. Nafany's throwing the bomb down. They can't even get anywhere near the site. Finally, Inters comes out from Palace, but it's to no avail, really. Shiro's nowhere near the site. Can't get it done. Cloud9 are just waiting around. Oh, Glaive, he's going to come out and just hold a bit of a wider angle. He is still slightly worried about Palace, but it's smoked off for the time being, which will give him enough confidence to focus down towards the Tetris side. He's got teammates here now too. Zipex coming through CT, finally getting involved, finally spotting something out. It's one kill, but stays committed and does get taken out by Shiro. But Cloud9 need to move. This smoke isn't going to last forever, and now that it's faded away, it's revealed multiple Astralis players within the connector. And now they're just going to hold. Now they go forward into the fights, and they are just taking kills, taking names. Shiro left on top of Tetris. There was no real movement there for Cloud9 to try and get up towards the site, and they will just overrun him, overwhelm him, and give Astralis a 9th round. As long as he stays on the bench, he is avoiding blamef's crosshair for the time being. If blamef commits into mid, it's not a smart decision. It would take a lot of effort to get away with that. He gets one pick, goes down to Axel. Good trade there from Cloud9.
Bomb finally picked up, 30 seconds remaining. They're going to look to get up into window. Config still holding this.
Shiro's on 10 HP.
Where's the bomb going to go?
Config's going to catch out Hobbit. What does the bomb commit? Does it try and get up through short? Well, if it does, it has to get through Zipex, and it will do exactly that. Now that Zipex has gone down, a big opening into the B site. Shiro cuts off rotation. Config cannot get back to help out in the B offensive. And it is now going to be the save call for Astralis, likely. But they do have a lot of money, so they could throw something at this, and Shiro has been caught by Farlig. Glaive's pretty close to the B site too.
Farlig is starting to move over. It could be Glaive who would have to go in first, though. The bomb is ticking. And now some noise made. I think Axel's attention drawn towards Glaive, but Glaive wins the fight!
And now they know where Inters is too. Farlig, you have to go for this. A chance to get back into the site, but Inters, an important round, an important piece of impact delivered for him. 3 kills in the round and a tap to close it. A second picked up for Cloud9.
Oh, it's sneaking out onto A. Oh, the flash is good.
It's Glaive this time holding connector, not blamef. Glaive is going to do a good enough job. Hobbit comes over the stairway, looking to try and clear out connector, but Glaive intelligently has dropped back in towards jungle, but Config commits on top of Ticket. Shot rings out from Glaive, but an opening has been found for Cloud9 to commit into this A site. The jungle fight starting to go the way of Astralis though. Hobbit is down, kills from Inters and Shiro are essential, but blamef comes out swinging for another pick. Once again, it is Inters who needs to get a 3K in the 1v1. Up against Zipex, goes to the clock and will lose his life. Zipex will best him this time. 10 rounds for Astralis. A boost to put blamef up to watch the Palace extension. Sees ahead. Crossing down below, that attack ult is pushed through towards CT now. blamef doing a bit of damage, sprinkling his opponents down low. Zipex on the quick rotation over has been able to take out Axel upon the push through CT. And Cloud9 just down to 2 players, but at least the bomb is down. They have to try and close this one out. Shiro with an important kill removes Zipex and will maintain control of CT. Inters from default, fights out and catches out Config, putting it just down to Farlig and blamef to try and get back in on this retake. And AWP is difficult to maneuver, so it's blamef that has to do the most of the heavy lifting. Luckily, he's used to that. He's taken out Inters. Shiro is now left at CT. Smoke on towards the defuse. Farlig needs to get onto it now. He's found it. Shiro spray, not connecting. Goes for the knife. He's missing it. And finally, on the final tick, will take away Farlig's life. Coming out through the underpass. Pick on Shiro straight away to blamef. A second kill for Shiro. Axel will bring down Farlig.
He's got an assist
on
the board.
16 HP. That hasn't gone down yet, and this is solid from Cloud9.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he doesn't get the kill here. He is the first man out. His teammate's able to trade. Anthony gets the assist instead. And Zipex and Glaive will stay towards A. Cloud9 continue to take their time. They know how important this round is. Just want to make sure they don't go running one by one into the waiting arms of this AK that was saved.
Yeah, they're going to take their time and eventually realize the B site is completely free. Axel will start to limit the fact that there could be a player inside the apartments, and the closer and closer you get, the lack of resistance will become evident. And Cloud9 will put the bomb down to close out this half at 5 rounds. So Bex is going to get an opportunity to fight down short. It is one onto Hobbit. It's a second here. The flash is good. Okay, now we start to worry a little bit because they are going to attempt this retake. And Astralis, if they bring down Axel to 2v2, Axel needs to get this first kill, and he will. just Glaive left. Axel looks to close the half pretty strong. It's 5 rounds at least picked up here for Cloud9, but Astralis will lead the way on double figures. They've got to be feeling good about their chances of heading to the Lynxes. Join us after the break to see if they can complete it. It is going to be a B setup. And Inter's looking to try and deal with the attack of Astralis coming his way. Bullets sprinkled into the chest of Glaive. There has one player already dropped into the side. It is blamef, and he's come away with a kill. Config has assisted him, and the smokes down short have allowed them into the site to consolidate control.
There was a kid available for Cloud9, and that shot from Hobbit will help out on the retake. Still playing patiently behind this smoke. They try and move in. It's just now fading. Farley gonna go forwards.
He's looking for the pick for Astralis. He's got it. Axel is down and the pressure is starting to mount here for Cloud9 back into the retake attempt. Again, kid on the back here of Hobbit, but the time, it might not even be a factor here. Astralis looking to play for elimination in the pistol. Hobbit gets in, Shiro assists him, and it's just down to Zipex stuck up in the apartments. Kit on the back of Hobbit, sticking the defuse, and they get back in to win the pistol at the start of the second half.
Ooh. Astralis aren't fully committing yet.
Well, they're coming back, and blamef does activate late in the round. It's Hobbit that's gone down. Shiro trying to draw attention back, but he's about to see so many targets come into his crosshair. He does well to at least get one, but as you would expect, he is overrun and overwhelmed, and Nafany still yet to get his first kill. Looking to get it onto Glaive. He's going to go back into short. Glaive isn't even going to give him that slight piece of mercy. Nafany will be hunted mercilessly and prevented.
For Cloud9, this was really their opportunity, this event, to prove that that run at Dallas wasn't just against weak competition. Wasn't just because a lot of teams weren't at their best. Right now, it doesn't look like they're going to get to prove that if this continues, at least not here in the upper brackets. Nafany, there he is. Kill on the board.
That's just going to do a whole lot. It takes a lot of pressure off. Not going to be 0 and 17. Not going to be 0 and 18. That's it.
He's going to get back to B in time too. Maybe he can have more impact.
Yeah, maybe he can with the rifle here. Glaive has taken down Inter, so Nafany really does need to deliver some impact here. Looks down short. Unfortunately, will get taken out by the rifle. Config makes quick work of him. Shot will land on Axel. He's got over here, and the low HP of Config gets taken down to the scout. Maybe an opportunity here on Zipex as well. A kill from Hobbit's come through. Glaive is suddenly down. And at the 30-second mark, once again, an equilibrium established on the player count. And now Cloud9 heading into the advantage. Bomb loose. Farley left on 30 HP. It's hard to see him get out of the apartments here. This is looking good for Cloud9 to pull around out of nowhere. Hops down, Farley. Tries to signal that he hasn't dropped with the shots covering off the sound. It is down to Hobbit. 8 seconds left. He goes into the open. And he will take down Farley. A round for Cloud9 taken when you really didn't see it coming.
Which could help cut off some of these angles.
What can you really hope to do with the weapons you've got here? You've got to hit some unbelievable shots with a scout. One for Axel. He's taken out quickly after. Config and Zipex bringing a couple of players down. Shiro has arrived with the AWP. But he has got to deliver some massive shots within the site. Spotted out, dinked up, down to half HP. The flank from Hobbit, not capitalizing onto Farley. And now it is just Shiro stuck in the site. The bomb is leaving the B-bomb site. It is going back up through the connector to confirm the round win. In particular on Zipex, who has really elevated his performance. Recently Config, who is just unbelievable right now with his competition. This is what Astralis can do.
Great flash onto Shiro, but he somehow recovers. Axel there alongside him. That's much more like it for Cloud9. Good timing for Glaive. Gets one back. Config might get a chance for a fight. Shiro's so low on health. Needs to be very careful he doesn't give away anything further. Finally decides to fall back and play with his team.
Yeah, the problem is here for Config, he has to cross in front of the boxes to get the bomb back, so he's having a rough time. Everybody from Cloud9 has now moved in close to mid. Config spots out Axel, can't bring himself down to take out Shiro in the same maneuver, so just Glaive left inside of the A site, 17 seconds left. That mid-fight was essential to go Cloud9's way at the beginning of the round, and it did. Glaive will hit the deck, and that's another round for Cloud9. They will survive. Bit more assertive from Astralis right from the get-go here, and Config rips open Nafany. 1 in 23 might be the scoreline that Nafany finishes on here. Hobbit looks to try and pull the kill back through Palace. Zipex holding for it. Hobbit goes and checks, but Zipex will bring him down. And now Astralis, they're up 2 players and a missed shot from Shiro.
Just tucks back before Glaive comes in to try and trade him. Axar's got 1 kill of his own, but Astralis now realize it's time to group up. They've got so much utility. Shiro's the only player on A, and surely he's going to get smoked off here. Or at least flashed off this angle.
He gets flashed off the angle. Rendered ineffective. Tosses out the smoke in front of him. Axel doing as much as he can to keep his team in this round. 2 kills to draw it back, but he's down and out. He has to rely on the rest of his squad to get him through this. Shiro hits the deck to Farleague, and now it is just inters between Astralis and a playoff appearance here in Cologne. Inters inside of the connector. It has felt like this has been coming for a long time. On Mirage, it has been a one-way street. Astralis have been dominant, Cloud9 have been absent. And now finally spotting Inters out. Glaive will take to the floor. And just Farleague and blamef left. Inters comes over the top and blamef will confirm it. Astralis are going to the playoffs. The red star of Astralis will be lighting up the line, Cess.